Good morning, Unity Atlanta Church. Come on in. It's nice and warm in here. Let us turn our thoughts today to Martin Luther King and recognize that there are ties between us, oh, men and women living on the earth, ties of hope and love, of sister and brotherhood, that we are bound together in our desire to see the world become a place in which our children can grow free and strong. We are bound together by the task that stands before us and the road that lies ahead. We are bound, and we are bound. There is a feeling like the clenching of a fist. There is a hunger in the center of the chest. There is a passage through the darkness and the mist. And though the body sleeps, the heart will never rest. Shed a little light, oh Lord, so that we can see just a little light, oh Lord. Wanna stand it on up, oh Lord. Wanna walk it on down, shed a little light, oh Lord. Can't get no light from a dollar bill. Don't give me no light from a TV screen. When I look in my eyes, I wanna drink my fill from the well on the hill. I know you know what I mean. I shed a little light, oh Lord, so that we can see just a little light, oh Lord. I wanna stand it on up, stand it on up, oh Lord. I wanna walk it on down, shed a little light, oh Lord. Shed a little light, oh Lord. There is a feeling like a clenching of a fist. There is a hunger in the center of the chest. There is a passage through the darkness and the mist. And though the body sleeps, the heart will never rest. So let us turn our thoughts today to Martin Luther King and recognize that there are ties between us, oh, men and women living on the earth, ties of hope and love, of sister and brotherhood.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. Namaste. The Spirit in me truly welcomes and honors the Spirit in you. And let us set our intentions for this time together by beginning with prayer. Today, as we celebrate the legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we remember that we and all our siblings are beloved creations of a beloved Creator, the one power and the one presence in the universe and in our lives, God the good. As we pray together now in beloved community, we know that power and presence of God as everlasting grace, as infinite compassion, and as unconditional love. Today, as we center ourselves in the consciousness of our hearts, we refuse to allow the way life has been to be the way life always has to be. As we embrace the energy of divine love, we declare our love for one another. We have the courage to speak truth to power. We have the wisdom to heal the wounded. We have the strength to raise the fallen. With the energy of divine love, we know we can pave paths of equity, understanding, harmony, and peace wherever we go. Together, in beloved community, let us claim this and affirm this now, and especially let us allow it to be so, and so it shall be. Amen. Well, good morning. Welcome to the third week of Sunday services in 2026. We're just rolling along, and on this Sunday that we are celebrating the legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., it is truly a Sunday where the beloved community has come together to share in this service. So it's not just me you're going to see this Sunday, but licensed Unity teacher Frida Stewart and Reverend Ziamara Maligon, and our speaker for this Sunday, Reverend Justine Lawrence. You're hearing our band, the Soulful Harmonics. You're going to hear the Celebration Choir. You've probably already met some people in the beloved community on your way in the door this morning. Or if you're tuning in from the worldwide Unity Atlanta Church beloved community, then you're seeing things on the screen that beloved hands have put in and set up so that you could join us virtually. And that is part of Dr. King's legacy, is that we be together in beloved community, which truly means that the Spirit within us beholds the Spirit in all others too. And one of our traditions every Sunday morning, every sacred service, is to share in that time where we recognize that Spirit by saying namaste. Wish someone in the virtual community happy Sunday. Come up to the microphone. Let us greet one another and say namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. My heart singing.
Namaste. Good morning. So great to have you with us.
The Christ in me.
Namaste. Have a wonderful week.
Christ in you. Namaste.
Good morning.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, Jeanette.
Namaste.
Namaste.
My heart singing. Namaste.
Namaste, y'all. Have a beautiful Sunday.
Behold the Christ in you. Namaste. 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 My heart
Namaste.
singing. Namaste.
Happy Sunday and namaste.
The Christ in me beholds the Christ in you. Namaste.
Namaste, y'all.
My heart sings Namaste. The Christ in me beholds the Christ in you. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, and good morning on this beautiful third Sunday of January. We are so blessed to be part of a beloved community that celebrates important events like the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I thank Rev. Jen for understanding that importance, and for those of you who came because you too understand that. We also have a tradition of celebrating birthdays on third Sunday. We have a new person who hopefully will become a member, Brandon. Brandon and Kathleen will come forward with our banner. And if you were, yes, you know, get them involved early. Warm them up, let them know how we do things here, that we love to have fun, and that we love to be inclusive, and we like to wear hats and have noisemakers and all that kind of good stuff. But if you were born in the month of January, please stand so that we can acknowledge you. All right, woo-hoo! Hey. Hey, I love it. I love it. And as we always do, we bless you with a special blessing. This week, I did not create my own. I took a reading out of the Daily Word, which was posted on January 14th, and I adapted it a little bit because to me it says what birthdays are about. And since you guys kick off the calendar year, this message is for you, January babies, whether you're in the sanctuary or with us virtually. As a spiritual being, you are meant to sparkle and shine, just like Dr. King. Your unique talents and abilities are part of your spiritual nature. When you shine your special light and sparkle, you encourage others to confidently do the same thing. We all have that ability. So go ahead, just do it. Shine so brightly that others have to wear sunglasses just to look at you. Don't hold back, for that brilliance is the very essence of who and what you are. Happy birthday. Where are those noisemakers? Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now please join me as we affirm our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in our lives, God, the good omnipotence. And now our daily word for today is a classic daily word from May 1982. The daily word for today is love. The affirmation is, love is the answer. I am loving. The scripture is from 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8, which reads, above all, hold unfailing your love for one another, since love covers a multitude of sins. The reading says, when I feel resentful of another person, love is the answer. Feelings of resentment fade into nothingness as I hold love in my heart. Love gives me understanding. Love gives me patience. Love gives me forbearance. Love keeps me in perfect peace. When I find it hard to forgive and forget what someone has done or said, love is the answer. Love sets me free. God's love is all forgiving. As I hold love in my heart, I have no room for remembrance of past hurts, past grievances. Love lifts me up. Love beholds the Christ in others. Love keeps me free, trusting, confident. When I long for more love in my life, when I long to be closer to others, love is the answer. As I hold to love in my heart, I feel love. I radiate love. I attract love and friendship and happy relationships. Love is the answer. I am loving, and my heart is at peace. My life is happy and blessed. Again, the daily word for today is love. And the affirmation is, love is the answer. I am loving. Namaste. Now let us prepare for a meditation.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we'll walk hand in hand someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall live in peace someday.
And during this time of sacred meditation, we are joined by our chaplains in the sanctuary, wearing purple stole. If you would like them to hold you in special prayer, feel free to raise your hand. I invite you now to take a comfortable position and close your eyes if comfortable for you. Take a deep breath and slowly exhale. Being mindful of this now moment, keep your attention in your breathing, allowing the fresh air that goes through your nostrils move through your body. And exhale, letting go of worries or concerns, and relax. As you continue to breathe, focus your attention on your heart, where love resides, and feel the love overflowing from your heart with each beat. To touch everyone around you and even those who are far away. As beloved children of God, all humanity is bound by the thread of love that connects all sentient beings, all that moves upon the earth. Continue to breathe and allow my words to be your words. I use my faculty of imagination through my heart. My heart overflows with a renewed sense of the love that created me. Today, I immerse myself in an awareness of divine love within me and around me. I am transformed by the expansive power of God's love. Love, I love and accept myself, and I love and accept others. Love is the answer. I feel love transforming into harmony all I feel, say, or do. I feel the love in my heart bringing forgiveness, healing, misunderstanding, judgment into harmony. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Today, I decide to stick with love and do my best to see others through the eyes of love and see the possibilities for good in all people and circumstances. The more love I give, the more love it grows within me. It fills me with great hope, peace, and joy to be able to express its power in all that I do. In the stillness. And gently now, remember, I am grateful for becoming a center of love, to radiate love to all in the world. The contribution of love and respect that I bring to this world have a positive effect on the people around me. Love comforts, encourages, inspires, and is the essence of my being. Thank you, God. Thank you, sweet Spirit. Amen.
I went up to the mountain because you asked me to. Up over the clouds to where the sky was blue. I could see all around me, everywhere. I could see all around me, everywhere. Sometimes it feels like I've never been nothing but tired, and I'll be working till the day I expire. Oh, sometimes I lay down. No more can I do. But then I go on again because you asked me to. Some days I look down, afraid I will fall. And though the sun shines, I feel nothing at all. And I hear your sweet voice. Oh, it comes, and then goes. Come and then goes, telling me softly, you love me so. The peaceful valley just over the mountain. The peaceful valley, few come to know. I may never get there, never in this lifetime, but sooner or later, it's there I will go. Sooner or later, it's there I will go.
Thank you, Jill. That was absolutely beautiful. It is always a pleasure, a privilege, and a blessing to be before you. And so I'm grateful for the invitation. Thank you. And to Ellen and to Jill, thank you for that beautiful rendition of We Shall Overcome. And Ellen, thank you for adding that song at the last minute. I really appreciate that. And for all of those who joined in on the song, thank you. I even heard Reverend Jen over there singing. You have a very nice voice. So I titled the message today, We Shall Overcome, because we shall overcome is a battle cry, and was a battle cry for the civil rights movement. It meant that collectively, when we unite, anything is possible, and we shall overcome oppression when we join and we unite as one. And so that's why the title of my message today is We Shall Overcome. I shall start by reading the passage from the book Strength to Love, published in 1963 by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and I'll be reading from chapter 5, which is entitled Loving Your Enemies. And it says, "To our most bitter opponents we say, we shall match your capacity to inflict suffering by our capacity to endure suffering. We shall meet your physical force with soul force. Do to us what you will, and we shall continue to love you. We cannot in all good conscience obey your unjust laws, because non-cooperation with evil is as much a moral obligation as is cooperation with good. Throw us in jail, and we shall still love you. Send your hooded perpetrators of violence into the community at the midnight hour and beat us and leave us for half dead, and we shall still love you. But be ye assured that we will wear you down by our capacity to suffer. One day we shall win freedom, but not only for ourselves. We shall so appeal to your heart and your conscience that we shall win you in the process, and our victory will be a double victory." With that itself, I can go home. The message is made. But this writing that Dr. King wrote was a brilliant strategy. It basically said that with love itself, we could win. With love, fear can be overcome. With love, we can win over hatred. And that's exactly what Dr. King did in that time period. But what we must understand is that love must be used to win generation after generation. It must be used in country after country and used to win mind after mind. Love must be an ongoing process. And that's why I really appreciate what Dr. King did to use love to win in his time period. You see, Dr. King was fighting to end racial segregation in public places such as schools, buses, and businesses. He was fighting to end the denial of voting rights. He was fighting to get economic justice and equality for everyone. He was fighting against police brutality and unjust laws. There was so much work to do. You know, Dr. King was an amazing man for many reasons. He was born on January 15th, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. At the age of 15, Dr. King went to Morehouse College. And after graduating from Morehouse College, he went to Kroger Theological Seminary, where he learned more about the social justice movement. And at Kroger, he also became more interested in nonviolence. After graduating as valedictorian from Crozer University, Dr. King moved to Boston, where he met his future wife in 1952, Coretta Scott. And they connected because of their love for social justice and because of their faith. At the time, Coretta Scott was studying to be a classical singer and a violinist. At this time, in 1955, 2 years later, Dr. King earned his doctorate from Boston University. Now, I forgot to mention that Dr. King married Coretta Scott King 1 year later in 1953, 1 year after meeting her. So in 1955, Dr. King earns his doctorate from Boston University, and he moves to Montgomery, Alabama, because there he was offered the job of head pastor at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. And this is where it all begins. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. And so the local leaders decided to form a one-day boycott, and they saw that the boycott was successful. So they figured that if we do a long-term boycott, we can truly change the Montgomery bus system. But they needed a leader. And so they looked at Dr. King and they said, he is an eloquent speaker. We believe that he can be used to lead this boycott. So on December 5th, 1955, the boycott began to end segregation in the Montgomery bus system. Now, the boycott lasted 381 days until December 20th, 1956, when the Supreme Court ruled that it was unconstitutional to have segregation on buses. This was a big win for the civil rights movement and a huge spark. From here, Dr. King went on to lead rally after rally, protest after protest, and eventually his work changed the laws in this country. And because of what he did, I can stand here before you and give this message. Now, even though Dr. King did great things, that wasn't what impressed me the most about him. You see, Dr. King, at the age of 34, gave the I Have a Dream speech in front of 250,000 people, which he helped to organize. It was at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom in 1963. He was able to bring 250,000 people to the Washington Square, even at a time before text messaging and the internet. But even though he gave the infamous I Have a Dream speech at the age of 34, that wasn't what impressed me the most. In 1963, he was also named the Time Man of the Year. In 1964, at the age of 35, Dr. King won the Nobel Peace Prize. Dr. King went on to win prize after prize or receive honor after honor. He went on to change the world. After dying, he was granted the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the Congressional Gold Medal as well. And even with all of his accomplishments, that still wasn't what impressed me most about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You see, I was most impressed and most appreciative of the excuses that Dr. King didn't make. You see, when they asked him to lead the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955, Dr. King was only 26 years old. He was a newlywed. He could have told them, you know, I'm young, and I just started a new job, and I have a beautiful wife at home. I just want to spend time with her for a little while. In fact, he started to lead the boycott on December 1st, 1955. But his first child, Yolanda Denise King, was born on November 17th, 1955. So he started to lead the boycott just less than 3 weeks after his first child was born. He had every right to say, I want to stay home with my wife and protect my family. I have a newborn baby, maybe a little later. In fact, on January 30th, 1956, less than 2 months into leading the Montgomery bus boycott, Dr. King's home was bombed with his wife and his newborn baby inside. He had every right to say, you know what, I'm going to step back and take a moment for the protection and safety of my family. But he made no excuse. He didn't do that. He continued on. Coretta Scott King said that every day they live with the threat that their lives might be taken. In fact, over his life, his short life of 39 years, Dr. King received tens of thousands of death threats. He was followed by the FBI. He was jailed 29 times. He was stabbed, but he never quit. He never made excuses. He continued on, even with the threat of death looming around him every single day. So that makes me say, what is my excuse? And as New Thought thinkers and leaders, what is our excuse? Coretta Scott King said that the struggle is a never-ending process. Freedom must be won from generation to generation. Dr. King did what he did to win freedom in his generation. There was so much work to do, but there is also so much work to do right now. You see, in our generation, right now, Palestinian babies are being starved to death and literally blown to pieces in what is supposed to be a ceasefire area. Right now, in this country, deportations is up 2,500% because of ICE's at-large policy. That means that people that are documented with visas that have gone through the process are afraid because they are literally being snatched up in the middle of the night from their homes, arrested in schools, in daycares, on the street, in public places, in places of worship, at their doctor's office. Since January 2025, 10,000 veterans have been arrested and deported for no reason. It's like saying you're good enough to serve this country and give your life, but you're not good enough to stay here with us. Right now in this country, people are starving every single day. In this country, you can be qualified and have the degrees, but just because you're black, you're told that you're not able to get the job. In this country, people are suffering all around us. In this country, even though it doesn't say whites only on the wall, it is being implied by the policies and the hateful language that is being put forth. So it makes me say there is so much to do in this generation. And so for us as New Thought thinkers, we know that we are not only one with God, but we are one with one another. And so with that knowledge, my heart should be pricked when I hear about people like Andre Hernandez and Neri Alvarado, who were arrested and sent to a mega prison in El Salvador simply because of the tattoos on their neck. Their tattoos were believed to be gang-related, when for both of them there were tattoos honoring their family members. Or Reverend Kyrie Kim and Young Soon Go. Reverend Kyrie Kim was the first Episcopalian priest that was a woman elected in South Korea. And so the New York Episcopalian Diocese asked Reverend Kyrie Kim to come to the United States in 2021 on an R2 visa to serve as a priest in New York. She also brought her daughter, Young So Go. Now, her daughter grew up and went to Purdue University. But when she goes to apply or goes to her visa hearing, she is snatched up and taken to Louisiana in a detention center. She was asked to come here. And so there was widespread protest in New York. And because of the protests, young So-Go was eventually released. But imagine the trauma that she has experienced. But I applaud the New Yorkers for doing something, for standing up. Dr. King says that silence is betrayal. And so for us, as New Thought thinkers, as those that believe that we truly are one, our hearts should be pricked. We should be concerned about our fellow man. And so as New Thought people, as those that believe in unity principles, we have no choice but to do something. So we know that we must do something, but what must we do? We must make love our only option. Dr. King in the passage says that you can beat me, you can hate me. My capacity to endure your suffering will never make me not love you, regardless of what you do. In New Thought, we believe that there is only one consciousness. That means that when we make love our only option, when we truly, truly believe in love, then the consciousness of the world will change. You see, Ephesians 6:12 says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness and darkness in high places. Meaning that this fight that we're fighting is not a physical fight. It's not a fight that we can fight through war physically, but it's actually a war against flawed consciousness. It's a war against ego. This is a war against the consciousness that says that I am better than you. It's a war against the consciousness that says that we can't assimilate, or we can't join together because we're different. It's a war against the consciousness that says that we cannot live together in peace. It's a war against the consciousness that says that I can't be abundant while you're abundant. It's a war against the consciousness, the lack consciousness that says that immigrants are taking our jobs. It's a war against the consciousness that says that we are not enough, that we are not worthy. It's a war against the consciousness of separateness. And so, as Dr. King did, we must make love our only option. Even though Dr. King wasn't considered to be a New Thought leader, I believe that he was, because he believed that love was power. Neville Goddard says that fear belongs to the person who believes that power is elsewhere, but peace belongs to the one that knows that power is within. So we have to use what's within. We have to use love as our power. President Lyndon B. Johnson, even though he wasn't very progressive, he did start to grow and believe in what Dr. King and other civil rights leaders were doing. And so one day after Dr. King won the Nobel Peace Prize, he was meeting with Lyndon B. Johnson along with Andrew Young. And Johnson told him, I support you. I believe in what you're doing, but I don't have the power to do anything. So after that meeting, Andrew Young and Dr. King were talking, and Andrew Young tells him, why don't we take a break and come back and think about what to do? And Dr. King said, no, let's go get President Johnson his power. You see, Dr. King believed in the goodness and the decency of people in this country. So he knew that if people saw what happened at these protests, when they were assembling peacefully and they were having dogs called on them and being sprayed with water hose and being beaten, if people actually saw that, it would win the hearts and the compassion of those in this country. And so he wanted the protests to be televised. Not too much longer after that, the march occurred in Selma, Alabama, which was called Bloody Sunday, where the protesters were just beaten horribly. The world saw that, and because of that, President Johnson was able to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which ended racial segregation and discriminatory practices in employment. And then, in 1965, the Voting Rights Act was passed. Now, if the protesters decided to fight back, we wouldn't have the same outcome. But see, Dr. King knew that love was power. We have to understand and know that love is our greatest power. That means that we not only choose to love the oppressed, but we love the oppressor. That means that we don't participate in hateful language, even if it's spewed towards us. We choose love. And as new thought thinkers, as those that believe that our thoughts can change the world, our thoughts should be only of love. So now we know that we have to do something, and we know that love should be the only option. Last, we should allow love to inspire us. 1 John 3:18 says, "Little children, let's act in love, not through speech or words, but through action." So that means love will cause us to move. Love will cause us to do something. When we have love as our dominant consciousness, our dominant thought pattern, we will be inspired to do amazing things. We will be inspired to do great things. We will be inspired to do something. The God within, our divine purpose, our divine person, will prick our hearts to do something. So, for example, for some, love will cause us to call a congressman or a local politician. For others, love will cause us to actually go to protests and attend rallies. And for some, love will cause us to adopt a family with our time and our money. For others, love will cause us to pray. For some, love will cause us to vote differently. But love will always make us do something when we have love as our dominant thought pattern. So we know that we are to do something. We know that as new thought thinkers, we are to change our consciousness with love. And we know that we are to allow love to cause us to act. See, we are ambassadors. We are ambassadors of faith. We are those that believe that anything is possible. We are those that understand our oneness. We are those that understand our divinity. And so when we truly, truly act with love and live out that love through action, I can just about guarantee that we shall overcome. Namaste.
Reverend Shistine, thank you so much for that call to love. We know that love overcomes. We know that in our teachings, we are continually discerning what is ours to do. And so we know whatever we each choose to do as an expression of love is also filled with love. One of the loving things that we decided a couple of years ago now, I guess, to do was to share some appreciation of our congregation for how much we love the ways that you give. So we just want to give you a little something and say thank you. So some of you might recognize the lavender bag. And that means that this is a time when somebody's going to get to go shopping at Publix. And so if you are a member of Unity Atlanta Church, your name could be in this bag and you could be shopping at Publix later today. And if you are not yet a member of Unity Atlanta Church, stay tuned because Reverend Justine, our own Reverend Justine, is going to be leading one of our new member classes again this winter. So you have an opportunity to join the fold. What does it mean to be a member? It says, I love this community so much that I'm willing to invest in its goodness and to share of my time, talents, and treasure. Robert White, are you here? Yes. Robert White? Okay. Cy Jackson, are you here? Whoa, come on down, Cy Jackson. Cy is a longtime member of our finance team, one of the most dapper friends of Santa there is, and someone who embodies the principles of unity, having been a unity man all his life. So we are grateful. Congratulations, Cy. Thank you. We're so grateful for each one of you, for all the ways that you give. You know, outside in the lobby, there's a thermometer. And one of the things we know about beloved communities is a $500,000 mark sounds like it's enormous, and how could we possibly meet that? And the power of community is that I put in some, and someone else puts in some, and someone else puts in some, and someone else puts in some, and the next thing you know, we've hit our mark. And that's what we do together as community. So if you have ever had a thought about, I just have a little bit, thank you for giving the little bit. We are grateful to receive. Cash App, Venmo, Pledge. Pledges are great because it just helps us kind of get the scope of how the budget's going to go for the year. Church budget's kind of like a household budget. We just got a few more line items than y'all have. So thank you for all the ways that you give. Let's bless one another. Let's bless our church with our offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and increases all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I have. I know that God is my source, strength, and sustenance in all ways. As I experience abundance in every aspect of my life, I am healed, renewed, and prospered. I am confident and grateful that God's great abundance is flowing to me and to my spiritual community now. Amen. And please give a round of applause for the celebration choir.
All right, awesome service today, right? Woo! All right, have a couple of announcements. Today, right after the service, we're having a community gathering and potluck honoring Rosemary Bradley. So just come to Fellowship Hall, let's eat. You can tell stories or, something she taught you or anything like that. And Elvis has a special song that we're going to show a video of the song. So also, next Sunday after service, the Spiritual Keys to Aging Well class will be meeting in room 109, and this group continues to be facilitated by Gilda Jennings. So I hope you're joined for that. On Saturday morning, January 31st, Ray Andrews will be facilitating another healing sound bath. And in addition to her Thursday evening, she will be doing some during the day on Saturday mornings this year so that people who don't drive at night or have to get up early and go to work the next day can come and join in that. They're always wonderful. Save the date for Friday, February 6th. We'll have our first open mic night of the year. Also, save the date for Sunday the 8th, as Frida Stewart is leading a workshop on denials. When we talk about affirmations and denials, most of us have the affirmation part down. We got that, okay? What this class will do, in this class, we will learn how proper use of denials encourages release of erroneous thoughts and actions. You will also learn how to develop and practice denials for better living. So I hope that you'll come and join her for that. She's an awesome facilitator. I did all of her 12 Powers class last year, and she really is awesome at teaching and explaining, and so thank you, Frida. Also, last week, I told you guys about a pledge match. A congregant came to me and said, I will match up to $50,000 in pledges if we can raise an additional $50,000 by Easter. Let me tell y'all, after I made that announcement, we now have an additional $17,000 in pledges. So we are on our way. And you can do this by increasing the pledge you've already made, by filling out a pledge card if you haven't yet, by giving a stock donation, by transferring money from your IRA. In whatever way feels comfortable for you, we can meet this $50,000 goal. So if we meet the $50,000, that's another $100,000 total that we'll have toward our budget, and we'll be so close. So please consider that. And now the lovely Frida Stewart will close us out. And the rest of us will be, not the rest of us, a few of us will be leaving the service to go get the potluck ready. So thank you, Frida.
Time to eat. Almost. Okay, please join me in stating our last affirmation of the service. This week, I choose love over hurt and forgiveness over pain. I walk in peace, lead with compassion, and allow my love to transform my world. And now, if it's comfortable for you, please stand as we sing Let There Be Peace on Earth.
God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally.
now our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever you are, God is. And we are so grateful. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Join us in Fellowship Hall to honor Rosemary.